We got a Cardi B album, man.
Am I the Drama? Cardi B's newest album, first album in what? 2018 to 2025.
7
Math ain't
years.
my thing. 7 years.
7 years, bro. Since Cardi B dropped, and she recently dropped her joint, Am I the Drama? This is probably the most talked about album this week for sure.
For sure.
Yeah, I hear everybody giving reviews, critiques, praise. It's all over the place, man. So our first listen, what were your thoughts?
First listen, man. I'll be candid as I always am. I said hell no. I said no, bro. I said
Really?
nah, man. Yeah, I said nah.
Really?
I was like nah because, and here's why.
I'm
Because
shocked at this. We be flip-flopping
we
with this
flip,
stuff,
we
man.
flip. For some reason, we flip like when it comes to like woman MCs. I don't know why. Sometimes.
Yeah,
Unless Rhapsody is the equalizer.
well,
So yeah,
Rhapsody is definitely equalized because
yeah,
she's fire across the board. But
across the board.
the other women artists, but we be always on the opposite side. All right,
Yeah.
what about it? Weren't you feeling?
So I wasn't feeling it initially because I felt it just sounded too much like some of the records we previously heard over the years. So I'm like, I'm not really drawn in. Now, by the second time, especially towards the end, bro, and the middle and the end, I'm
Mhm.
like, you know what? My ideas of who Cardi, the rapper, the artist that Cardi is, just ain't who she is, bro. And that's totally fine. Like she's not going to be the person to have like a really an emotional moment like on the record like Safe with Kaylani, and it's not, the lyrics aren't going to hit for me personally because number one, I'm not her audience. Number two, I can't relate to her in that way. And three, like she just doesn't have the lyrical ability like at this point in her career.
Mhm.
Maybe never. And there's nothing wrong with that, bro. Because when you got songs like Pretty and Petty, Better Than You with Cash Cobain, Check Please, Principle with Janet Jackson, which shouldn't work, but it does. It don't matter. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Whatever Earl says in this case, bro, I would say ignore it because there's like a couple runs on this album, bro. Second, third listen where you like the production is crazy.
Yeah.
And Cardi's superpower is yes, her personality, but it's also like her voice, like it's her voice, which I don't think works on more emotional records, but it works on like a hard hitting beat, like a up tempo song, like a up wop. You know what I mean? Like stuff
Yeah.
like that. And so I was rocking with it. Now, one thing that did surprise me, you may mention this, you may not, was the intro. It's been 7 years since we heard her on the album. That album happens to be what I consider a classic, Invasion of Privacy, Grammy winning, right? She starts with Dead with Summer Walker. I was like, you know what? Okay, give me more of this. And then I saw it and I was like, never mind. Go back to the other stuff you usually be doing. You know what I'm saying? And it works, bro. Like, yeah,
Yeah.
man, there's a couple records on here. The Nice Guy with Tyler, that surprised me. I actually really like that. This album made me
Okay.
want to go to the nightclubs in New York, bro. It made me want to stomp the yard in the Bronx, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it got that energy for me, bro. Yeah, yeah. I like this now. I like this.
So it grew on you. So you didn't like it at first, then the second listen it got you.
It got me. It got me on the second and third listen.
Okay, okay. So my review is a little different. So
Okay.
I have to put out a
Yeah.
disclaimer first.
Hmm.
First of all, I'm probably never gonna listen to this again. But I'm never gonna listen to this again because I don't relate to the subject matter of most of this music. So
100%.
I have to always put out that disclaimer. The music is not gonna resonate with me in the same way that it will resonate with someone else, especially a woman, because I don't relate to the subject matter that she's talking about or from the perspective that she's rapping from.
Hmm.
So that there's a disconnect there. But I think the production on here is fire. Definitely sounds
Fire.
really Atlanta. I'll even say Atlanta, Memphis. Definitely South inspired,
Yeah.
influence, like production wise across the board.
Mhm.
A lot of the records are hard though, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. There's some records on here that are hard. The ones that I probably will go back to every time. Oh,
Yep.
that's the one. It sounds like a Jeezy record. You know what I
It
mean?
does. It
And
does.
you know I rock with Jeezy's music, so that's why that one caught me immediately. Another one on here. Check please. Fire.
Hmm. Fire.
Fire. Like I'm not gonna lie, there's some heat on here. Just objectively, like just hard records. Petty and Pretty. Well, Pretty and Petty. Also hard, man. That's a hard diss record. I'm not
It
gonna lie,
is.
man.
It is, man.
I'm not gonna lie. I have not been in tune. I actually had to consult with my girlfriend about all of this. Cardi B. I go to my girlfriend when I need to know the gossip for this show because I don't be knowing, and I don't want to do no research on this.
I don't either.
So I'd be like, Taylor, fill me in with what's going on with the drama. And so she filled me in as far as like, apparently Cardi B got beef with JT from the City Girls and Bia. So she's sending a lot of shots throughout the project. The Bia one I think is the most clear cut because it was like
Yeah,
I said her name off top, which I respect. You know,
I respect it.
the rap fan in me, I like that. I like that energy. I thought that it was dope. And I think it was hilarious, bro. Telling somebody you built like your dad is hilarious. I'm not like that is like hilarious. It's
Yeah.
you being built like your dad is crazy. Yeah, man, I thought it was cool, man. And then some of the even the popular joints like Pick It Up, I thought was catchy.
Yeah, it is.
Like I think all in all, Magnet was catchy. Even Hello, like I thought was hard. I thought the beat was hard.
Yeah.
So I think that this is I think it's a solid project. I think it got better towards the like middle to end.
Yeah,
I
I
think
think
that's
so.
where it picked up. The first part, I was like you. I was like, yeah, nah, I'm not feeling this at all. But then I think it got once it got into that pocket, I was like, oh, okay, no, this is different. So like, I overall, I think it's a solid album. Like I
Yeah.
said, a lot of the music doesn't necessarily resonate with me, so it's not gonna make it on my personal playlist.
Hmm.
But I think that it's some hard records on here, man. I definitely think it's worth a listen. Um, I think that I agree with you on the element of sometimes her voice. I don't know if it's voice, accent, or a combination of both.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's it throws me off too. I think it makes she's offbeat sometimes a little bit,
Yeah.
and I think that throws me off. But I think on some of these other records, man, it's produced so well that it don't even matter.
Yeah.
Like,
Honestly.
there's some of the records on here that are really hard. So yeah, I think I think it's a solid to good album overall.
Yeah, I agree. And again, like I don't know why I'm so fixated on it, but like her voice annoys me on like on certain songs, bro. It annoys me. I'll tell you which one.
I agree. I agree.
Yeah, and it's the song that really like threw me off, bro. Like I almost wanted to toss my headphones off. Was a Man of Your Word with Dougie F. And the reason why is because
I didn't like them.
she's most vulnerable. Like she's really diving into her bag and divulging into stuff that I wouldn't say we're not privy to because she puts a lot of her life and relationships on the internet, but we haven't seen her package it in this way. I think if you had another artist who was just had a little bit more addiction or something, and this happens with artists when they have like they speak to one or more different languages or whatever, but it was just kind of off a little bit, but otherwise, man, you see there is talent there. There is stardom there. It just looks different than what a lot of people are accustomed to or expect or maybe even want. But man, the middle to end of this project make you realize or was a refresher as to why Cardi B is the star she is, bro. 100%. For me.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Like I said, I think there's some joints on here that are gonna go.
For sure.
This
They're
made
gonna
me
go.
want to go outside because I know some of these are gonna go outside. Like that. There's a couple joints on here
Yeah.
that I was like, I had to look at my girl and be like, no, this is tough.
It's to the moon. It's to the moon. Which one do you think is gonna pop off? There's a couple to choose from.
I was
Between yeah.
check please.
Check please gotta go
Check
crazy.
please and airtime. And I actually just saw online that she put out an airtime remix with Lotto. So that's gonna go.
Oh, that's going up.
Yeah, that's gonna go up.
Yeah.
I would say that's probably the one that's gonna go up the most. Airtime, check please, and I would say on the pop type tip, I would say like probably like pick it up or even the joint with Lizzo.
Yeah, I could see that on a pop
I can
level.
see the on the pop time the one because it samples a big record like the one with Lizzo samples that song called "What's Up" with 49 Blondes. I don't know if you know her.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So it samples of an extremely popular record. So I think
yeah,
that one's probably gonna work like on some mainstream pop time. It'd probably be in a commercial or something. But
yeah,
yeah, so I think across the board, man, I think she got a little something for everybody. Not like I said, Cardi B's like it's certain artists who I can say they make some decent music, but because it
yeah.
doesn't relate to me, Glorilla is the only one out of that pack that makes music that I feel like guys or girls can kind of feel and vibe
Exactly,
with. You know what I mean? Because it's so
exactly.
hard that even like it might be her voice, to be honest. I don't know.
Yeah.
Voice is kind of deeper, so that might also
I think that's why. I think
play a
it's
role.
more, I don't know what the word would be, but it's unisex music or something. I don't know.
Unisex music is crazy. Rap and Reason Podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins.